Viewers, it's been 36 hours since Operation Sindoor and India remains vigilant, prepared and ready for any Pakistani misadventures. So here is all that India is doing. Politically, it's keeping all stakeholders in the country informed in an all-party meeting to ensure that there are no divisions in the country at a time when India needs to be completely united. On the security front, airports and key border towns and cities remain closed. There is vigil and, of course, Operation Sindoor Phase 2 is being planned. Diplomatically, India remains in close contact with key leaders who have come out in support of India, exercising and seeking restraint. But remember, not a single voice has said that India should not undertake any exercise to defend itself against terrorist attacks. As for Pakistan, it's doing two things. One, conducting heavy shelling on the line of control to kill innocent Indian civilians. And two, undertaking massive misinformation campaigns. And on this show, we're going to bust all those lies of Pakistan. But first up, I'm going to talk about, well, what is it that's happening right now? The Pakistani playbook hasn't changed, viewers. So India conducts specific attacks to dismantle Pakistan's terror attacks. How does it respond? It responds with heavy shelling to kill innocent Indians. Ever since the 22nd of April Pahalgam terror attack, Pakistan has violated the ceasefire line of control every day. Every single day. And since yesterday, ever since Operation Sindoor was conducted successfully, the shelling has been very heavy and ensuring that there are casualties on the Indian civilian side. I'm going to get in my colleague Shiv Aroor joining us from Kupwara to talk about what's really happening on ground right now. What's the latest? Shiv, you've been on ground zero. You've been getting us all those details. You've been visiting some of these areas where the Pakistani shelling is happening. Talk to us about what exactly is the situation like on ground.
Well, we're here right now in Kupwara town, making our way towards the forward areas of this sector, which have seen some of the sharpest escalations taking place over the last couple of days. In the wake of Operation Sindoor, the heavy artillery shelling that is taking place. In fact, a sector that I'm headed to near Chaukibal is a place where entire villages have been destroyed in Pakistan shelling, restricted access, but we're going to do our best to actually get there because on NDTV we've actually set the agenda in terms of getting our cameras to some of those villages in Uri sector yesterday. Today we'll be covering Kupwara as well. The Home Ministry has begun a mechanism as far as evacuating some of these forward villages is concerned, because it doesn't look like Pakistan is in any mood to de-escalate what's happening on the ground. We understand that there is a high degree of damage of Pakistani military assets on their side of Rajouri, Poonch, where our team is also reporting from. Some damage also in the Kupwara sector, and hopefully we'll get our eyes on some of that later today. But suffice it to say that at this point of time, tonight it'll be 48 hours since Phase 1 of Operation Sindoor. Phase 2 is already in operation, which we'll talk about shortly. But the line of control is as hot as it has ever been right now across sectors for about 600 kilometers from Akhnur to Gurez in North Kashmir. Heavy artillery shelling crossfire is the order of the day, and they're happening for a few hours, not for a few minutes anymore, but a few hours at least overnight.
Indeed, that's very important, Shiv, that you're talking about, that this heavy shelling is taking place for a couple of hours, but across that entire 600-kilometer stretch. I want to understand from you, it's been over 36 hours, it will be 48 hours tonight. I want to understand from you that what is the next 24 hours looking like for India, for our security forces, from the place where you're standing by?
You know, when we began reporting Operation Sindoor a few hours after the story broke, remember it was NDTV that first reported, that this was only Phase 1 that we were looking at, and it has been proven true by what we've seen play out, in Lahore, Rawalpindi, and other places today. No word from the Indian government or the Indian armed forces, but the Pakistan Army and the Inter-Services Public Relations have held a press conference saying, that there has been Indian drone actions in all of these big cities, including in Karachi, which is amazing, and Lahore. They've admitted and confirmed that one Indian drone has hit an establishment in Lahore. 4 people are injured. 1 person has apparently been killed. I am told the situation is downplay everything and try and make it seem like they've neutralized drones. It's not so easy to neutralize a Harop drone, I can tell you that for a fact. And most of these must have hit their targets. We're, of course, waiting for a confirmation from the ground and possibly an acknowledgement from this side. Actually happening, because this is phase 2 of Operation Sindoor that we've been talking about actually playing out. It's a slightly lower in intensity. The munitions and the weapons, which are called loitering munitions or suicide drones that are being used, are of a different caliber and category entirely from the weapons that were used in phase 1. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out. And remember, these drone attacks or whatever is being alleged right now are not happening from one place. They're happening from a variety of different sectors. Obviously, we won't be revealing any details about that or even commenting on it. But this is, again, a 360-degree coordinated tri-service operation. We have to remember that.